You're staring at a blank screen, a deadline looming, and your coffee's gone cold. You need a machine that won't just keep up. It needs to feel like it's reading your mind. But the market's flooded with half measures, flimsy keyboards, washed-out screens, and processors that wheeze under real workloads. What if there was a laptop that vanished into the background, letting you focus on what you're creating instead of wrestling with your tools? Enter the Apple MacBook Air with its 13.3-inch Retina display, true tone technology, and that signature unibody design. This isn't just another Ultrabook. It's the quiet workhorse that's been quietly powering creatives, students, and professionals for years. And today, we're putting the previous generation model, the one with the 8 gigabytes RAM and 512 gigabytes SSD, to the test. Is it still a smart buy in 2024, or has time left it behind? Let's find out. The problem with most laptops isn't the specs. It's the disconnect between promise and reality. You buy a machine advertised as fast or sleek, only to find the keyboard feels like typing on a drumhead or the screen looks dull under office lighting. The MacBook Air solves this by making the basics feel premium. The aluminum unibody isn't just for show, it's a statement. This laptop is built to last, not to be replaced every 2 years. And with true tone, the Retina display automatically adjusts its color temperature based on ambient light, so your eyes don't scream for mercy after a late-night editing session. First impressions? It's immediately clear this is a machine designed by people who use computers all day. The backlit Magic Keyboard is a revelation. Tactile, responsive, and deep enough to prevent typos when you're in the zone. Touch ID isn't just a gimmick. It's a workflow hack, letting you unlock your laptop or authorize payments without breaking your focus. The Force Touch trackpad? It's the gold standard for precision, with haptic feedback that makes every gesture feel intentional. And that gold finish? It's not just pretty, it's a fingerprint magnet, but in a way that somehow feels intentional, like Apple knew you'd want to show it off. Now let's talk power. The 10th generation Intel Core i5 might not be the latest chip, but it's no slouch. Paired with Intel Iris Plus graphics, it handles everyday tasks with ease, spreadsheets, web browsing, even light photo editing in apps like Affinity Photo or Pixelmator. The 512 gigabytes SSD is snappy, booting up in seconds and loading apps faster than you could say, "Where's my cursor?" And with 8 gigabytes of RAM, multitasking is smooth, though power users will eventually hit a wall with heavy workloads like 4K video editing or running multiple virtual machines. But for the average user, students, writers, remote workers, this setup is more than enough. Real-world testing? Let's put it through its paces. I spent a week using this MacBook Air as my primary machine. I opened 20 tabs in Safari, juggled Slack, Spotify, and a Pages document, and even dabbled in some light Final Cut Pro editing. The battery held strong, clocking in at around 10 hours of real-world use, which is impressive for a laptop of this size. The stereo speakers surprised me with their clarity and depth, filling a small room with rich sound that's perfect for podcasts or background music. The Thunderbolt 3 ports are a game-changer for future-proofing, letting you connect to high-resolution monitors or fast external drives without breaking a sweat. But it's not perfect. The lack of MagSafe is a minor annoyance. Yes, I know it's been gone for years, but old habits die hard. The fanless design means it stays silent, but under heavy load, it can throttle performance to avoid overheating. And those 8 gigabytes of RAM? They'll start to feel cramped if you're running Chrome with 30 extensions or editing photos in Lightroom. The webcam is still 720p, which feels embarrassingly low-res in 2024. And while the build quality is stellar, the gold finish shows every fingerprint, so you'll be wiping it down more often than you'd like. How does it stack up against the competition? The Dell XPS 13 is a strong contender with its stunning display and Windows flexibility, but it lacks the MacBook's ecosystem integration and long-term software support. The HP Spectre X360 offers a 2-in-1 design and OLED options, but its battery life can't match the Air's. And then there's the newer MacBook Air with the M1 chip. Faster, more efficient, and with better battery life. But here's the thing. This older model is often half the price of its successor, making it a fantastic entry point into the Apple ecosystem for budget-conscious buyers. If you don't need the absolute latest and greatest, this MacBook Air is a steal. So who is this laptop for? If you're a student drowning in notes, a writer chasing deadlines, or a remote worker who values reliability over raw power, this MacBook Air is a dream. It's the laptop that gets out of your way and lets you focus on what matters. But if you're a creative professional editing 4K video or a developer running heavy virtual machines, you want to step up to the M1 or M2 models, or consider a MacBook Pro. Final verdict? The Apple MacBook Air, 13-inch, 8GB RAM, 512GB SSD, is a testament to Apple's ability to refine and perfect a formula. It's not the flashiest laptop on the market, but it's one of the most refined. For the price, it delivers a premium experience that few competitors can match. If you find this model at a discount, especially compared to newer iterations, it's a no-brainer. Ready to make the leap? Click the link in the description and treat yourself to a machine that just works. Your future self will thank you.